Good morning, everybody. This is Dan. I'm going to do another navigation tutorial on the Cloud Library from the State Library here. So first off, we'll go ahead and we'll start at the library's website, which is newtonplks.org. And from here, we'll go over to our resources tab and our ebooks, e-video, e-music lending page. And for this one, we'll be clicking on the sentence right here where it says State Library of Kansas provides digital titles to state residents through digital ebook lending. And we'll want to click on this link here that says digital book e-lending. And this will take us to the State Library's page. And from here, we're going to just scroll down a little bit till it gets here to ebooks, books, read on screen, and we're going to go here to the Cloud Library. So this is the Cloud Library website that they bring up, and we'll need to log in. So let me grab my State Library card here, and I'll enter in my State Library number and my birthday. We'll click log in, and then you always want to accept that you won't break the rules of the State Library. Right, now I'm not going to save my password. So here we are logged in, and we can now start navigating. So the first page here is the features page, and these are kind of pre-generated books that you can look at and see if you want to read any of these based on subjects. So you have like current and recent books screen, and any of these books at some point have been made into a movie or a TV show of some kind, and you can download and watch it. Listen to it and then find the movie or TV show and watch it. My bad. The most important, I think the most popular thing here is these new editions, and this lets you view the new editions that they've just added to the library to check out. You can also sort everything by title, author, publisher date, or more recent editions to get the most recent material. I'm going to go back to this filter button right here that I'm circling. It's a nice feature, but this is where you can switch between viewing all titles and viewing the available now titles. And when you do that, it will reload the screen here. And now it's only going to show you books that are available for checkout at this moment of recording. So if you see something on here, you want to check it out, it could still be available, but someone could have also checked it out in between my filming of this and it getting posted. But for most of this video, I'm going to stick with the all titles portion. All right, next we have our Browse tab right here. So when we go here, it is another kind of browse type thing that you can see. The cool part is that it has pre-selected some topics for me already, but I could say I don't want romance, but I want occult and supernatural and noir, and I don't want literary. But I do want, and I don't want historical, and it'll just show me based on those genres that I've selected books that I might be interested in reading. And it does this for fiction and nonfiction, but also it has teen and teens nonfiction and kids nonfiction as well. So if you're looking for something for your kids that are nonfiction and you wanted animals or biography here, you can browse based on those topics. And here would be another another point where you might want to switch your filter over to the available now books if you're wanting to check something out right away. But if you're just browsing and don't mind putting something on hold, then you can leave it on these all titles. The next, we have the My Books tab. And this will show you what you have currently checked out. So I have moved from listening to The Dragon Reborn on Libby to listening to it in Cloud Library, because Cloud Library does have a few audiobooks. It doesn't have as many as some of the other features, but it does have a few. And then I also have this book that I checked out called Gin Patrol on the Purple Line. And here you can listen and you can return, or you can read and return. But you can also view your holds. As you can see, I have a hold on the new Kathy Reichs books, and here it says I have 132 days to go before I can read it, which is a little extreme, and not all the books are quite like that. And then here you have your history of things that you have checked out if you want to borrow again. And then you have this little flag here, which are books that you have flagged that you are interested in reading, but maybe not right now, but you don't want to forget about them. And I'll show you how to flag a book here in a second. And then you have messages, which this will only have a message in it. Mine is probably empty. It is empty, but it will, if you have a book that you have on hold and it comes available, there might be a message in here that's just letting you know that it's there. We've gone over the filter already, but the most important part is this view right here where you can switch between viewing all titles to only viewing the available now ones. And then you have your settings, which you can change if you want. It mainly just lets you change your email notification address. And then here's just a little tips and tricks and helpful information from the State Library if you need any help. Right now the State Library is closed, but if you do have questions, you can always email us at library@newtonplks.org. But I'm going to do a search feature here, and I'm going to search for, because you can search, Towers, because I am currently rereading The Lord of the Rings, and The Two Towers is my next book I need to read, and they only have it as an audiobook here. So if I click on it, I clicked on the picture, and it brings up more information about the book, plus the description of it, and then it also lets you see some similar books as well. And this is an abridged copy because it's only 3 hours, and it is a dramatization of the book. So I will probably not check that one out, but let's try. I like James Patterson as an example because he has all sorts of books, so it makes great. But as you can see, we have all of these James Patterson books to borrow here, and then they also have ones that they don't have, but if you hit this suggest to the library, it will send them a suggestion. Oh, this library doesn't allow suggestions. Never mind. I didn't notice that when I was doing this before. But I'll go ahead and borrow First to Die up here because I've read it before and I wouldn't mind reading it again. Oh, so I just hit borrow and it automatically checks it out for me, so I can go back here to my books. And I can view it right here, and I can read the book, and it brings up a nice little reader that you can have on your screen, and it downloads it just as a stream, and it has all these different features as well. And you just use your arrow keys on your keyboard to go to the next pages, or you can click on the edge of the screen as well. And this is what my settings look like when I read on the screen. I have them set pretty low, but you can make your text size bigger by clicking on this double A appearance here, and it'll make your text bigger as you want. You can also switch between the default theme, the night theme, ooh, that's not gonna work, the sepia theme. I have it set on default, and then you can do single or double space or double layout, and then you can also change your font if you wanted to as well. And then these little lines here are your table of contents, so you can, if you want to skip ahead or something, you can do that. And then this little thing that looks like a bookmark adds a bookmark to the page, and then, oh, I lost my page. And then if you come back over here to these 3 lines, you can see that there is a bookmark. Oh, so I'm going to go back now to my thing. So you have your here, you can see, you know, your holds again. And I'm not going to go over downloading the app or anything, because that actually just takes you, well, I will go over it, but it's not a desktop app. It just takes you to a page so you can get the app for your mobile device, which if you just go to your Apple Store or your Play Store or whatever your app store is called and search for Cloud Library, you'll just be able to find it there for you. And that is all for navigating the State Library ebook website. Oh, I hit the wrong featured. I meant it featured. If you hit the State Library button, though, it takes you back to the State Library's digital ebook lending website. But that is it for this portion of the tutorial. The next part will be just a quick viewing of what it looks like in the app. For the most part, they look the same and they function pretty similar. So it's if you're comfortable using the website or the app, using the other one is fine. So I'll see you here in a few minutes while I switch over to the app. Bye. All right, I am back and I am in my device here, so we can go through the Cloud Library on the mobile device. So let me get into the Cloud Library real fast. Woo. Oh, there we go, better screen. All right, so here we are, and we are in the Cloud Library app. So as you can see, I am now moved over from listening to my Dragon Reborn audiobook from Libby, and I am now in the Cloud Library because they just so happen to have an audiobook of it, but this is primarily still ebooks. I have one down that I've checked out, I just haven't downloaded it yet. And this is kind of the home screen that you'll see whenever you pop up to it. The navigation bar has moved. It's now here at the bottom, and it does function a little different, so let's go over it really fast. So there's no scrolling on this home page here if you click on it, but if you go to My Books, you'll see you're currently checked out, which you also see on the home screen right here. Here, though, it'll let you read or return, or in the audiobook case, listen, return, and you can heart things, and it will add them to your favorites or your saved books that are at the top of the navigation thing. You can still view your history of checkouts right here. You can view your holds if you have anything on hold. As you can tell, I am on hold for the new Kathy Reichs book, Conspiracy for Bones, and it is 4 months out. And then I do have a saved book here that I have saved as well. And I'll show you how to do that in a little bit. If you click down here where it says search, this brings up the searching feature. And it looks pretty much the same as what we saw in the web page here. You do have your different new editions and some different kind of pre-made categories here that you can choose from if you were just wanting to browse some generated ideas of what to read. The other important thing to note is that this little circle next to the search bar with the 3 lines in it, if you click that, it does do your filters for you. So if you're just wanting to browse and check something out right now, you can hit on this available now and hit apply, and it'll refresh this screen to only show you the new items, new editions that are available right now to check out. But for the purposes of this example, or for this tutorial, I'm going to mainly view all the library titles, not just the available now ones. Here you have what they call favorites, and these are kind of generated as well, kind of lists, but you can see the top rated books with certain categories, so like mystery and detective. These are kind of the most popular ones right now that people have been looking at. Same with like adult fiction. And then you do have all here, which just lets you view different categories. As you can see, there are 10,089 results within adult fiction, which is what we're looking at today. And so like you could see all the mystery detective books, and there are over 2,000 of them for you to check out. And this might be a point where you would want to switch back over to the available now section, so then you can only see what are available right now for checkout in the mystery and detective section. Let's go back out, and then down here you do have your account, where you can view your account information if you needed to as well. And then if you hit on this book, it takes you back to your My Books page. Searching is pretty similar as well. We'll search for Hobbit, and as you see, we get a copy of The Hobbit, and then a copy of the Hobbit and audiobook, and some other books, the unofficial Hobbit handbook, some other Hobbit themed books as well. And when you're in a book, you can hit borrow or save for later. I'm going to save this for later. I'm not going to borrow it right now because I'm not going to read it. And then it gives you a description and that it's an EPUB. The three little dots here just let you share things if you wanted to. So back on my books page, if I want to read, I can hit the little arrow and it will bring up the book, and I'll just hit read here and it'll start to download for me. I won't actually, it's going to download pretty quickly because it is a book. Just so you can see what it looks like. Maybe. Yeah, it won't let me share the e-reader part. So we'll just, if you have questions on with the e-reader, just give us an email at thelibrary@newtonplks.org, and we will try and answer your questions for you. But that is kind of the mobile app in a nutshell. So if you have questions with this, or with just using Cloud Library or getting a state library card, please email us at library@newtonplks.org, or send us a private message on Facebook, and we will try and get all your questions answered as best we can. And have a great week. Bye.